It's nice to see him shooting with such confidence, Clyde.
Yeah, the team is featuring him now on the curl play.
By the way, we have our first career high of the evening. Precious Achiuwa, a career high points in a first quarter for him.
Remember, he had 10 in Detroit, but he has 12 now to lead.
Right, Landry Shamet, Tyler Kolek, Kevin McCullough, and PJ Tucker's your center at 6'8". Here's Martin. Watford.
Johnson,
nice drive and finish.
Really just takes his time, took the contact, fell down, gets back up and calmly lays it in.
Stops a 7-0 Brooklyn run to start the ball game. Watford spinning away from Conley, lays it in again. Watford in his bag into Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who got the worst of that exchange. And Wolves could have challenged it, but 15-point lead. Beekman again to the rim. Two more. Reese, Randall out to DiVincenzo. Lost the handle on the drive. Johnson scoops it up. Trying to get by Edward. Edwards all over him. Watford on the logo. Game clock winding down. Johnson got the three. At the horn.
Brooklyn had a little bit easier time last night. Even though they played Atlanta last night, they got here a lot earlier than Minnesota did. Late start in Memphis last night, Central Time. 8:30 start for Minnesota. We didn't get back here till 4 in the morning. 3:30.
They get in bed till 4 in the morning. Yeah. Here in this third period. Watford to the rim. He's played well tonight.
Yeah, that was a heck of a take.
Done for the night. With Minnesota up 91-66, 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Another dominant third period by the Wolves. Martin.
Wolves have only turned it over 3 times in this game, too. Not that I would expect this. Brooklyn. Kind of a balanced attack for Minnesota from the bench, too. I mean, so it's 8 for Dante, 7 for Naz, 8 and 7 for Nickeil and Jalen Clark as well.
Timmy. Oh, a little electric slide from Timmy.
Hawks are shooting 64% from the field. The Nets are at 31%. They've been down by as many as 30. Claxton, 5 to shoot, drive. Claxton float, gets the roll. 87-60 Hawks. Watford give it up for Martin. Etienne is back in for Brooklyn as well. Martin 8 to shoot. The show by Okongwu. Johnson, one-on-one, takes it around Levert, elevates and scores.
Strong may end, but the development just continues. Quinones cannot hit the three. Obviously, the Nets will have a very big draft in June with 4 first-round picks and an early second as things stand today. Shot clock all the way down to 5 here. Here's Wilson. Rages inside and finishes. And you know what? They actually end up calling it on Quinones, which was correct, as you saw. He was the one who pushed. Alvarado was the one who took the shot. Here's Watford. Shot clock down to 5. Maxwell Lewis spinning through the lane, flips it in beautifully. Very nice.
I like the glasses too, all of it. Great.
Yeah, I like the high noon for Mom. Good choice.
Huh?
She's enjoying herself. I like it. I'm a high noon fan. You're not?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not mine.
Oh, understood. Wilson Little Euro, little dish, and Claxton reverses it in.
Getting in the teeth of it.
Got Kenya Martin at 4.4%. So you see some stories there of winning the lottery with percentage chance that it's going to be lower, and in some cases significantly lower than what the Nets odds are going to be this year. In the corner, Etienne
who goes coast to coast and lays it in, hanging in the air. Williams looked like he took a shot to the face.
But just pay attention to the Toronto Raptor defense. Every single time the Nets inbound the ball, there is a person there. When they get the ball at half court, they already called a time. The Nets have already called a timeout because of the trap at half court.
Watford against Barrett. 3 to shoot. Spray it out. Williams for 3.
Because since you want to go down history road.
All right.
Yeah.
What about high school?
No, I won a state championship.
All right.
That helped.
That gives you a little extra hardware. You got a ring anyway.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Don't you?
The glass particularly, and then defensively protecting the rim. He's going at everything. Altering shots, never minds, and actually blocking shots at a high rate.
And he's enjoying his 6th straight double-double.
Yeah.
Outside look goes down for Keon Johnson.
Point total for an opponent for Minnesota.
McDaniels with the rejection. Watford got it back. Watford backing down Alexander Walker. Good hands by McKeel. Watford got it back. Shot clock down to 5. And the lane put it up with the left.
The paint, slow them down, not give them as easy a looks or playing that zone quite a bit once again, but allowing them to get to the places on the floor where they're most comfortable.
Max Christie now in for Dallas. Nets are sticking with the same 5. Wilson, hard drive, and a floater. D with a setup.
Big to big, over the top. You got three-point shooters spread out and just opens up that slot where they have been so good. And you know, Dallas, you had mentioned Gafford coming back. Pleased to start to have some of that fortification there in the front court.
That ball was tipped. Russell goes back to get it. Shot clock at 5. Russell against Martin. Makes his move. Swings it. Corner shooting practice. Look at Whitehead. Up. Russell the trigger man. Nets are shooting it at 48%. The Mavs at 50%. Russell, no look for Whitehead. Shot clock is down to 3. Russell, that's a deep one. D'Angelo! 103-100. Mavs. Claxton way outside. We're down to 3:27 to play in the 4th. Wilson snaps a pass. Martin, kaboom!
Keon Johnson out there with Watford, Timmy, Wilson, and Tyrese Martin. There is Tyrese curling off the screen from Timmy. Tough fade, doesn't matter. Put it through. The inbounder. Looking for Timmy, finds him. Just a great feel from Timmy. He's going to have to clear space on Vukcevic, showing off the physicality for 2.
I'm not sure Washington will consistently hit three-point shots, so making sure they're not having those clean runs to the basket.
10th tie of this ball game. Johnson, Martin, Williams, and Clowney, the starting 5 for Brooklyn on the floor. Johnson against Thor. 5 to shoot. Johnson's going to have to make it happen. 3 on the clock. Johnson to Clowney. Beats the buzzer and puts it home.
Was playing FIFA last night. He said his phone started going off. He said he was like a kid in a candy store. He couldn't sleep last night. And Noah, you mentioned about all the special moments he's had in the month of March with Gonzaga. Well, he told me he just loves this month. He gets to add his 50-point game that he had last week to this month. His brother got a college offer today.
Is pure.
You talked a lot about Jamal Shead, even early on in the season when he was getting minutes. Toronto has really liked what he's brought to the table in a lot of different areas, offensively, defensively, how he's run the floor.
Watford picked up by Abaji, 5.5 to play in the second quarter. Claxton, fake the handoff, take it to the rim, and the foul.
We were chatting with him before the game, and Bob Anderson.
We're just going to name everybody. Anyone that pops on camera. There's Rick. There's Jill. Lewis, one-on-one with Abaji. Step back J. Splash. Doesn't feel the kinship. We've seen those situations as well. A race there by Mobo. Final 28 seconds. Feed it inside. Extra for Wilson, who puts it on the board. A runner.
And again, part of Brooklyn's defense keeps funneling, or whether intentional or not, but funneling to the middle of the floor, and Dallas is just taking advantage. And whether they've hit those shots right in the middle of the paint or found dunkers in dunker spots, that's been way too easy there for the Mavs on the offensive side. They know exactly where to go to get those looks.
Shot clock is winding down. Williams gets the shot off and connects for three. And it's not one play. It's every play right now for P.J. Washington, over and over again, until the Nets show that they can stop it. He's got 11 points. Wilson flips it, sharp, tough angle. Watford ball fake, flyby, and Washington. Dallas extends the lead, 62-45. There's a 3-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Dinwiddie, 9 points, 6 assists. Watford lost his footing for a moment. Spin, kick, sharp, extra. Wilson, book it. And Najee Marshall has matched him. 1 out of 2, but Lewis is there for the offensive board. 30 seconds to go in the third. Watford, cutter, sharp, slams it down.
After you on the defensive end, and for as much as you think about some of the aspects offensively, but he is tenacious on this end of the floor, and you can see it in how he can pressure the ball.
Martin, swing, Johnson, slicing to the rim.
Break out, but there was a lot of action. Turner tries to answer, no good, and Keon Johnson comes down with the board. Big tip of the cap to net security. Hiram Chan and Rodney Wallace-Messing, they jumped right into that fracas on Thursday night, helped break it up. Here's Martin, drives baseline this time around. Turner kicks it out. Wilson back to Martin, sidestep. Now here's the long rain-bringing three from Jalen.
Knocks down the three. That's why you hear so often people talk about rim protection, right? Miles Turner affects the game. Again, he blocked that one, but again, the intimidation of other plays throughout the game, you always know he's in there. Makes you think differently when you drive.
6'11", 250 in that painted area. You're going to feel his presence constantly. With Trendon Watford into the game.
Fan favorite.
Out to Wilson, another one, and it's good from the top.
Don't react.
Nothing prettier than ball movement in basketball.
And speed, right? Playing at that, talk about playing at pace. That was beautiful.
Nets need a bucket here in the worst way. Here's Jalen Wilson around Halliburton. Pretty move by Wilson.
French pastry in the open floor, and then Neesmith running there knowing he'll be rewarded.
It was 35-34 Pacers, and now the lead has ballooned to 17 as there will be wholesale changes for Brooklyn in just moments. Martin sidesteps Siakam and hits the three. Martin gets it into Clowney. Now Watford around Neesmith, and that's his shot. The final minute. 20 fouls were called, 36 free throws, and fourth quarter took 47 minutes. And now the Pacers right back at it. Second game of a back-to-back for them, 3 games in 4 nights. Nets rested after that 2-point loss in Boston on Tuesday night. Keon Johnson gets to D'Lo, back to Johnson for 3, beats the shot.
Physicality about his game, and he loves to pick up full court. To talk about Nembhard, a Canadian that Jordy Fernandez knows well.
Pacers 5th in the NBA in fast break points, just over 17 points per game.
Yeah, you can't allow the Indy 500 here when you come.
And that's an apt nickname for them. Nice alley-oop there from Watford to get it in. And the Pacers back out in front by a deuce.
And that's saying that zone on underneath out of bounds. He knew that, and that's why he was able to go off the back. McConnell's at the tempo changer. He's in there.
Watford tries to get into the corner. The closeout was able to get there. Maxwell Lewis, good on the wing three.
That's his game, right? He's a physical guard, and if he is defensively, also offensively, and he likes to bump and get to those spots. Taking chances.
Here's Keon Johnson, thought about it, but Matherin was right there. Now into the corner, Williams. Johnson into the paint, holds his pivot foot. A long one from Zaire, and it rattles in. Pulls a long one and connects. And the game is tied at 84.
Into the offense early. Don't wait. Don't be back on your heels. Attack.
Teams trading runs. The Nets had an 8-0 run. Now the Pacers go on a 7-0 run to tie it. Zaire Williams back to D'Angelo Russell. Takes it right down the lane, and his floater goes. Between these two clubs is Matherin. Puts it in off the window to tie it up once again. Nets have led by 11 in this game.
Again, Nets a little slow getting in there, delivering a little high ball screen action with D'Angelo. Read it.
Russell gets it to Johnson, goes inside with the challenge, and he gets it to go. Challenges Nice.
Back in their win. Martin, Sharp, Watford, Clowney, and Lewis, the 5 on the floor for Brooklyn. Shireman, Craig, Fournette, Pritchard, and Derek White, the 5 for Boston. Celtics have not played since Saturday against the Nets. Nets played the very next night, a win against the Hawks. Here's Watford, dancing, floating, and banking it in.
That Tatum and Brown can be.
Boston 49-19. The defending champs, coming off their 18th title. Here's Watford, crossing over, kicking out. Lewis hopping through and hitting Maxwell Lewis. Jordy Fernandez has continually referred to him as Wilson. This is the 3. Oh, what a rejection from Holiday. He's continually referred to him as the grown-up in the room on our team. And he has just handled the entire season so magnificently.
It's the human being.
Johnson, the human being, floats it in.
In that